All right. So a common question I get when I have families PCSing in Wichita Falls is, hey, we're thinking about keeping our current property at whatever location they're at and using that as a rental. So they would keep their VA loan on that, but they're going to get another VA loan and do the house hacking of, the quickest way to become a millionaire
Yep.
as a active duty military member is certainly not through what the government's paying us.
Yep.
But it's through investment properties and this strategy of using your VA loan, which is completely legal. There is nothing shady about this. This is nothing, you're genuinely living in this property while you're stationed at this base. And then you have the opportunity to rent it out and build that equity.
Yep.
This is something that even me and my husband did. We owned a property in Florida for 11 years before we sold it.
Yeah.
And that was our savings account essentially for transitioning from active duty to reserves. And it was beautiful because that money saved us for that transition during going, transitioning to the reserves, part-times, and then the civilian sector. So, if you are young and in the military, definitely know that, what Andrew's going to explain to you on how to build this real estate wealth, which is complete genius, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's the best way to do it, in my honest opinion.
Yeah. And there's just not a lot of information that the VA puts out about how to do it. It's very possible. And what we recommend doing is use your VA home loan to buy a home. There's no specific timeline on how long you have to wait to use your VA home. Typically it's 2 years, but it's a case-by-case basis. If you're PCSing and you got orders before 2 years, or you need to upgrade your home because of family reasons or a job change, anything that is outside of your control, you may be eligible to use your VA loan quicker, and it happens quite a bit. So when you purchase a home and you're ready to move to a new one, you have two options. You can either sell the home, obviously, or you can turn it into a rental and continue to use that VA home loan. Again, you get with the lender, they will pull your eligibility and let you know how much you are eligible for a 0% down payment. There is nothing that you're going to incur for changing your primary residence into a rental property if you fall within those circumstances of moving, a job change, your family's expanding and you need to purchase. If you're outside of the 2 years, none of that even needs to happen. You can just move and say, hey, I'm ready to upgrade my home. But being able to use your VA home loan as many times as you can to be able to develop a real estate portfolio will save you a lot of money in the long run because of the PMI that you will not be paying on the monthly payment.
If you were to be doing the conventional loan or the FHA loan.
Yes. Yep.
Because FHA, it's going to last for the life of the loan, but conventional, it falls off after the 20%.
Yep, after you hit the 80% loan to value. So yeah, you get with your lender, ask them, hey, how much am I eligible for? How much entitlement do I have left? These are all things that I will lay out for you so you're aware. But you can use your VA home loan multiple times. You can have multiple VA home loans, and you don't need to save your VA loan when you're trying to use it for the first time.
No, yeah, definitely use it. And you can even do it on new home construction. That's also a question I get is, can we build with a VA loan? Yes.
Yes.
You can. And then there's a new loan product that should be coming out soon. We can't talk about it yet.
Yes.
But it's with the VA, and it has to do with, maybe some renovations.
Yes. And to piggyback on that, we actually have a program. If you're looking to buy land, build on the land, and turn it into a mortgage, we have a VA one-time close product. So that's been a more popular option as of late. People are like, hey, I want to buy some land. I have a builder. I want him to build me a custom build. Typically, you can't go through the VA for that process. But with this one-time close, you can buy the land, you can have your builder finance the construction through you, and it rolls itself into a mortgage. So there's some creative VA solutions out there, and we always recommend getting with your lender and having these conversations. If they tell you no, they can't do these things, you need to get to a lender that does not have overlays who are telling you can't, because the VA specifically does not allow these items to be done.
Yeah, and then let's talk about, so my husband is a veteran. So reservist, he has more than a 10% disability rating. So that means we do not pay a funding fee.
Yes.
A VA funding fee, because with each VA loan that you get, it does go up just a little bit.
Correct. Yep. There are charts that dictate how much a funding fee you pay. The funding fee is rolled into the loan amount. And so it depends on how many times have you used the VA loan and what is your down payment. But if you do cross that 10% threshold of disability, the funding fee is waived. That's a really big item that we go over with you as well. And then for 100% disabled vets out there, one very big thing in Texas is you do not pay property taxes. Yep. So that's something that if you are looking at using your VA home loan, we take care of that with you. We help you with the documentation to file with the county. And what's great about that is we qualify you without the taxes worked into your principal and interest. So you qualify for a bit more.
Which is fantastic.
Yes, that's how it should be.
Yeah, I have a lot of retired clients in Wichita Falls that are not paying any property taxes whatsoever. And I'm a little jealous.
Yeah, those property taxes in Texas can get a little expensive.
They do.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the biggest shockers that I get when people are PCSing and they're like, but I own a $400,000 house here and the payment's less than the $200,000 house. I'm like, yeah. It's called property taxes in Texas.
And that's why we like to talk to our clients PCSing, because we want to lay out payments for you.
Monthly affordability with that BAH rate.
Exactly. Yep. And we want to lay that out for you. We don't want to qualify our veterans on how much they can qualify. We want to qualify, where do you want your monthly payments? Now, we will lay out both these this information for them so they're aware, but getting your payments to an affordable position that works for the veteran is our number one priority.
And I'm trying to think of some other things you can still do with the VA loan. You can still do the rate buy downs.
Yep.
We've done that with a couple of our clients where we had the seller pay for those rate buy downs. Now, thankfully, in the time that we're in, rates are finally starting to come back down.
Yep.
But when they were at the peak, we were able to successfully do a couple of 2-1 buy downs.
Yes, seller paid temporary 2-1 buy downs are really popular for our veterans, just to give them a break for the first 2 years of their interest. And you also have permanent rate buy down options. We try to exercise that with caution, just being in a higher rate environment, just in case you have to do a refinance in the future. We don't want you spending a lot of money permanently buying down your interest rate, but if the sellers are in a position to temporarily buy down your interest rate, and this can be worked into the contract, this is an option for our veterans.